getting any more. I'll tell you one thing, I'll be a law-abiding citizen. I don't have to go through that unnecessary shit. But here we go. Let's talk about survival and things that we do to survive. This is inspired by the diddler, aka Mr. Baby Oil, aka Don't Stop, Don't Stop. Uh, 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 uh. Just thinking about it from an observatory standpoint, right? This is gonna be a real short live, but from an observatory standpoint, right? So from what I have seen coming down my timeline about the case, right, and what these women endured or what they were willing to endure to keep up with a luxury lifestyle, a lifestyle of glitz and glam, right? They leaked some documents talking about, and this is we just observing to be able to get a holistic understanding about the human experience with survival and how it has kind of shifted. But ultimately, it hasn't shifted from ancient times to now. It ain't no difference. So they released a couple of texts or whatnot about how I think it was 50 Cent baby mama, right? So she was like she was done sleeping with multiple men to please Diddy. And he was like, well, if you want your rent paid, your ass gonna keep coming to these freak offs. You're gonna keep doing freak nasty shit to get your rent paid, right? So let's just say maybe SOP, Sir Impeccable. We just talking about the human survival, right? So I was just talking about this on my Instagram and just decided to bring it over here to be documented for the long term, right? So these women are doing so. Let's just say they want to be engaged in these so-called sexual actions for this money or for Diddy because they not pleased by it. It just don't simply please them to do it, but they're doing it for survival. And Diddy told her, "Hey, if you want your rent paid, goddamn it, you gonna come over here and do this nasty shit." J. Bob, hell, what's happening? What's happening? Peace, love, and hair grease, my brother. And so, what do we get from that? Just from the observatory standpoint, people are willing to do what they see, what they may peep to be undignifying or without dignity for survival to keep a luxury fucking lifestyle. And I know there's a lot of women and there's a lot of men to think, oh, hey, couldn't be me. I wouldn't do that nasty shit to survive and keep my luxury lifestyle going. Or I wouldn't do that degrading shit. Or I wouldn't do shit that doesn't appease me as my standard to survive. But guess what we're going to do? Guess what we're going to do? We do it every motherfucking day. Go out and do jobs that we fucking hate to survive and keep our lifestyle afloat. Maybe you say, oh, well, hey, I'm not keeping up a lifestyle of luxury. Okay, maybe you're keeping up a lifestyle of mediocrity. And I don't mean mediocrity in a way of as a put down. I just mean just, kind of standardized living. Human beings do what needs to be done to survive. I see a lot of women, or this is I'm talking about men and women. I'm talking about a culture of survival, of keeping up, surviving, right? But I seen some shit on Threads the other day, how they play this bait game, right? Bro woke up and decided to rant. No, this is not a rant. This is an observation. You can call it that if you want to. That's what sits well with you. But this is an observation of the human experience to survive. So I see how people can be pulled in with bait, right? Like, check, you got to understand the human psychology. The human psychology is this: put something that gets people emotionally involved out, and then they'll spill all the goddamn beans of their goddamn brain or their whole psychology, right? So if I put something on Instagram that says, "Oh, any woman," now we got to understand the way dark psychology works. The way dark psychology works is if I can get them pulled emotionally, I can get their ass. So let me do with this. Let's make a post that say any woman who's paying X amount of dollars in bills ain't got time to deal with no man who's texting what you doing. Granted, granted, right? So underneath the tweet or the thread, everybody's like, huh, 2,000, I wish my bill's 3,500 a month. Oh, $3,500 a month, I wish my bill's $5,000 a month. My bill's $7,000 a month. So this is opening up a gap for motherfuckers to come in. You see what I'm saying? And what's the word? What's the word? Not sarcastic. Damn, what's the word? What's the word? Nonchalant come in and brag about how much money they paying in bills, right? Knowing that everybody don't have to pay $8,000, $6,000 a month in rent. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to, but you choose to live that life. It's a choice. You choose to live that life where you have luxury. Now there's no problem with having that, right? I'm discussing the overall observed phenomenon of how we go through. So you saying this is the underlying tone. So you saying because I choose to struggle, and I don't mean struggle like, oh my God, I'm scraping. No, I choose to put myself through a tremendous amount of energy used, mental, physical, emotional energy used, just so I can live in a luxury apartment and having a luxury car and have luxury items. And because I choose to do that, I don't have time for any person who wants to text me and see how I'm doing or what I'm doing. So somebody just responded to a tweet that I said. But yeah. So let's look at the observatory mode of what a human being is willing to go through just to sit there and have luxury. When we know what luxury changes every goddamn day. There's a new Jordan shoe that comes out every goddamn day. There's a new Louis Vuitton bag that always comes out. The house that you live in is ultimately gonna get old. That brand new 2025 car you get ultimately is gonna be old and it's no longer gonna please you. It's no longer going to appease you. So you're going to keep hopping. People like, oh, well, I can take money and keep flying and traveling to country and country and country. Yeah, you can, but ultimately you're going to get around if you have any type of discernment. You're going to get around and see it's all the same shit. It's just humans living in different conditions. It's the same shit. Oh, I'm experiencing a wine that may be made over here in this country. Oh, a cheese that's made over here in this country. Or a certain weed that's made over here in this country. You're going to eventually get to the point and feel like, oh, shit is just stuff. Even the richest people stay on survival mode. They can have four Benzes and want another one. Just sad. That's what I'm saying. And I've met these people, bro. They just want to go for the next and the next and the next and the next. Is that not survival mode? So people think they're going to get out of survival mode by having more things. You have to use your fucking discernment. I'm not saying don't have things. I would never say that. I would never say don't have things. What I'm trying to tell you is how much do you need to have before you feel like you're content and you're at peace with happiness within? Because you're never going to get it from the outside thing. And like I was using Diddy case as an example to let you know, like, oh shit, check this out. What these people may be going through, Diddy is going through a state of I got money and I know people scrambling and scraping for money. So I can use this to get my pleasure from the outside of me. I can get women to do, you know what I'm saying, so-called to some people, disgraceful things. Things they normally wouldn't do unless it was for a guy who has the power, the influence, and the money. Or unless it was for me to keep up a luxury lifestyle. That's the only way I'll do those type of things. But I said, reverse it back to your everyday average motherfucker. How many people do you meet that hate their job? They go to their job every day and hate it. But they doing it because they got to take care of XYZ. They doing it because they got to take care of X, Y, Z. You see what I'm saying? So we all doing it on some fucking level, unless you shift your perspective. Unless you shift your perspective to find the happiness or the peace that you already have within you, the acceptance that you already have within you. That don't mean you can't get other shit. You will find that obviously it's gonna come to you regardless. You will find happiness in that 1994 Honda that ain't breaking down, that's still rolling. You will find happiness in that apartment that you got. But sometimes we have to go through a level of suffering to be able to be content with the things that we have already. And it's ultimately taking place in the mind, because suffering taking place in the mind. So I know there's a lot of people that think they better than Diddy or better than Cassie or better than Young Miami or any of those girls that's going through those things. But ultimately we're not. Ultimately we're not. Ultimately we're not. So this is not a rant to shit on somebody else. This is a rant to tell you to look at your goddamn self. That's what we do on this YouTube channel. Look at your fucking self, bruh. Home girl, home boy. Fix your crown, boy. Fix your crown, girl. Or just take the fucking crown off and just look at you bare butt bones naked. Peace, zero. Look at yourself, bare bones fucking naked. There's an ancient story about the naked man. The naked man, without all this pride or how much better they are, even how much better they are than their past self. Drop all of that shit. Just look at yourself completely naked. Take all the clothes off and look at yourself naked and be happy with that and be content with that. Some of us can't do it. That's why we got to hit the goddamn gym. I'm not shitting on the gym. I'm just letting you know. We're not happy with the way we look. That's why they win. They win with women with that shit. More so often because they know emotion first. They get men too, but they get women first and even more ingrained into that shit about not being happy with the way that their body looks. So why do you think everybody's getting fucking lip fillers? Why do you think everybody is going for these big ass teeth? Why do you think everybody is going, or all the women are going for bigger butts? Why do you think this? This is not a judgment. This is an observation. Observe why the human does this. The human psyche is prone to this. Why? Why? Nobody's comfortable in their skin. I remember Panic used to say shit like, you gotta look at yourself in the mirror and be happy with yourself and be loving of yourself. Yes, maybe one of your breasts is bigger than the other one. Yes, maybe you have an inverted nipple. Yes, maybe you got a gut like I do. Yes, maybe your teeth is not as straight. Yes, maybe you don't like your vagina lips. Yes, you may not like the size of your penis. But you'll never be happy with yourself, and you can never love yourself completely till you can accept all of that. You have to accept every part of you. That doesn't mean you don't have to. You can say fuck the gym. You can say fuck the gym. It's up to you. Or you can be content with the body that you got and still work and get something more that you like about your body. What I'm trying to say, the gym, the identity, right? Sharon Peckerby, I love myself. Period. I can't read your other comment. It's too long for me to while I'm driving. I gotta pay attention to the road. But you can do all of that. But you fail if you have not failed, if you have not risen in love of who you already are, what you already are. And they get women with that the most. You see what I'm saying? They get women with that the most because they know emotion first, logic later. Emotion and then logic from the emotion. And niggas, we and men, we backwards. Logic first and then emotion. You see what I'm saying? Logic first, then emotion. They get us with that shit. This is what I'm telling you. So they build up a world around luxury. They build up a world and they tell you this is what success is. They give you the definition of success. They give you the definition of success. People who identify as black, we have been given the definition of success. Even though the same thing happens with people who are white or green or brown. You've been given the definition of fucking success. That way they can switch it up and tell you what success is. Ain't what because what success is now is not the same success 500 years ago. So they keep moving the post. They keep moving the goal on all of our asses. And we keep trying to catch up with it, ultimately to find out we can never catch up with it. Come on, man. This is the game. The enlightened person knows. And the enlightened person say, fuck that shit. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit they talking about. That doesn't mean the enlightened person can't have a house, a family, and a car. That just means he's not attached to it. I'm not emotionally attached if this car is wrecked. I'm like, damn, okay. It must mean that you know what I'm saying, something else is in store for me. I'm not emotionally attached if I never own a home. I got a place to stay, got a place to sleep. Shit, okay, bad. Shit, if I don't, and I gotta sleep in my car, yeah, I know it's hard, but I can still sleep and I can still move and I can still go. If I don't have a place to stay, fuck, I still got legs. I can move, I can walk, I can talk. I got another chance, I got another shot. Start changing your perspective, man. Don't get caught up in that shit, bro. I'm telling you, that's what's causing fucking suffering. So that's how they do it. They tell you if you don't have a man that can't pay all the bills, get you one that can. And then you run into a nigga like Diddy. Got your ass wrapped around his finger doing shit that you know what I'm saying, that's degrading you and your morals and your values. Fuck it, all my bills paid though. I got a purse. They say motherfuckers get flown out to goddamn, what's that place they made out of sand? Dubai, and the sheiks be out there shitting on women, paying them $10,000 to shit on them. So ladies, don't get caught up if you got values and morals and you ain't willing to bend and break, you know what I'm saying, to get some cake. Fuck it, work your job. Be happy with your job that you got. You know what I'm saying? When the time comes to advance, move up, get another job. That opportunity will come to you. That opportunity will come to you for you to be able to advance because you're moving through love and you moving through the principles that you stand on. You did what I'm saying? We got to stand. This is why I broke down how to move through the world with less attachment. Why? Because you see all as one. So if you serving another, like I tell y'all, if I pull up to this gas station right now and the junkie asks me for a beer, I'm gonna get it. Hey, you in trouble. But if I pull up to this goddamn if I pull up to this goddamn gas station, the junkie asks me for something, you know what I'm saying? If I got it, obviously if I got it, I got you. It's not about me projecting what I think he should do with that dollar or those $3. Ain't got shit to do with me. When we moving through life like that and we treating our jobs like that and we treating the people that we encounter every day like that as, oh, they the same God as me. Not a lesser God, not a more of a God. They the same pure unconditioned consciousness that I am. What is that doing? That's non-attachment. You're not attached to the outcome. You're not attached to the outcome. You are not attached to the outcome. When you start moving through life like that, then the shit starts having less of an effect on you. Because what did I say? What does suffering happen? Suffering happens in the mind. So what does liberation happen? In the mind. So where do you alleviate suffering? In the mind. All you got to do is switch and shift perspectives. Don't let them fool you with success being what the fuck they tell you it is. Cause you will wake up one day, like I seen a like, yep, I like to be an observer standpoint. I seen a shit where Beyonce mama woke up one, she said she just woke up one day and said she felt she deserves more, so now she want a divorce. Granted, we all free to do whatever what the fuck we want within our life. But once we get to looking at life from that, you've been married to the guy 40 fucking 50 years, the nigga know when you gotta pee before you even say you gotta pee. What what is influencing a person to be like, oh, I deserve more? What more in life is there? What the fuck? More cars? More goddamn people to walk up on you and tell you you pretty and beautiful? Why do we need shit like that? Because we don't believe we are enough. That's why you want more, because you don't believe you are enough. You don't believe you are that. We talk like that, talking about self-love. We don't really be having self-love on that level, because we want to add more to ourselves. Not just that, we want to add more to ourselves with a piercing drive for it. Like, what more could you want when you know that you are that everything that could be? What more could you want? Because ultimately, all that shit is, the body is going to decay. So what are you trying to do? Men trying to have a perfect six-pack body? What are we really trying to do? What are we saying psychological? And obviously, I'm not saying don't work out. So what are women doing trying to do this with their body? Ultimately, I'm not saying don't get your body, is what I'm saying, to a certain point, to a certain state. I'm not saying that. Why are we doing it? I thought about this to myself, me and my woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, shit, if I'm looking at life as a pure devotional, if I'm looking at life from a devotional lens, if I see that guy at the corner store as God, if I see my woman as God, if I see a child as God, guess what I'm doing? Okay, so now I can turn my life into devotion. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm devoted. The guy that I helped over here, I'm helping God. My woman that I'm helping and giving unconditional love to the best of a human possibility, giving unconditional love to, guess what? You know what I'm saying? So I can switch my perspective. So I can provide a longer form of service to that divine being. I may need to get my body in better shape. Switch my perspective. I may need to switch my perspective versus, oh, I want to look better. I want to look more fit so I can look better. But my mental is still fucked up. See, I'm starting at the mental and then moving to the physical. Peep the game, how the game switched. I sometimes experience the perception of looking truly, as you said, my Gnosis, a movie screen projecting a movie that is my individual life. It's crazy how powerful and funny it feels. Facts. It becomes funny as fuck. Some people don't want to hear that shit though, and I get it. It's really like watching a TV show. Even you can feel how your truly awareness point is not even in the mind. That's all I'm saying, y'all. They gonna continue. The world is gonna continue to move the goalposts on what success and happiness is, unless you figure out and define it. That's why I told black excellence is a fucking lie. It's a myth. It's something to keep you in a rat race. They tell you this is black excellence, or subliminally they tell you this is black excellence. But guess what? You still gotta move through the system that they set for your ass to get through. You gotta jump through every loop that they tell your ass you gotta get through to have black excellence. And you done went through so much, so now once you get it, you feel superior. You feel more superior than those who haven't went through it. And then you feel some type of guilt. So now you coming back and trying to teach everybody else how to have it. And we already know everybody can't have it. That's the way capitalism works. Everybody can't fucking have it. Appreciate you, J. By here. Everybody can't have it. That's the point of capitalism. I ain't fucked up with it because I'm not attached to it. No obstacles will apprehend you. Prosperity over pain is hitting in a new way right now. I'm not attached to it. You see what I'm saying? You shouldn't be attached to it. Shouldn't be, but we are. But this is a working process. I'm here moving with you. So there are, you know what I'm saying? Like a nigga gonna hold consultations. I mean, yeah, consultations. And consultations cost money. Yeah, they do. Consultations cost money. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me a person, this is what I'm saying. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that you have no problem with going to work and slaving your ass off for some shit you hate and you ain't getting no mental and emotional spiritual support out of it, and then tell a person why they charge for spiritual consultations and they are doing it from their heart, still from their heart, but with because they got bills and shit to pay too. And I keep giving because I got somebody in my inbox that was saying that it's like, bro, like I had no problem with paying Panic, brother Panic. I had no problem with paying Travis Majors to be a part of his class and pay that extra fee. You know what I'm saying? To get a one-on-one consultation. We live in a capitalistic society. Don't act like we don't. We don't get to go live in huts in the goddamn mountains and you can just walk up on us. This shit is time. This shit is energy. Motherfucker ain't trying to goddamn build up a goddamn a goddamn 20-bedroom mansion off this shit. But we know time and energy is put into this shit. The 13 plus years I've been in this shit. If you take somebody for value, pay it, bro. It's money. Money comes back. Why are we so attached to it? Why are we so attached to it? Like I just told y'all last night on the live stream, I got 3, 4, 5 goddamn tickets. Yeah, I got some I'm planning to do or that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't bullshitting. Come on, here go. What's this? A $58 ticket. You know what I'm saying? Probably should have put that up there. I got my license plate on it, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying? 1, 2 goddamn tickets. Like I don't know what the third one is. Like nigga ain't holding like this shit a joke to me. This shit fun to me. Y'all got other plans to do with my goddamn money, but am I attached to the money? No. This shit is meant to be recycled through. Look at it as a nigga paying some karma off. Who knows what the because like I told you, I went through so many years without even having to without even getting pulled over. Not a cycle back again. Now I'm getting boom, 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 back to back. Okay, fuck it. Pay that shit. Pay that shit. Pay that shit. Pay that shit. I'm not gonna be in survival mode. Survival mode, trying to survive, trying to fight back and forth with these motherfuckers on this shit. I do what I do, the little shit that I know I can do. Walk into that courtroom, woo the woo, woo the woo. I bet. It is what it is. I'm not putting all that mental energy inside of that shit. So today's conversation was about the human survival and how we may think we're better than the next person because we're not so-called this and this and this and that. But trying to latch on to luxury, trying to latch on to what they told you success is, that's gonna make your ass suffer because you're gonna always be striving to get it, and then when you finally get it, you're gonna be striving and struggling, scrambling and scraping to keep it. What do you do if it goes away? Ultimately, you don't own shit because you don't own the body. Let that sit with y'all, man. Let that sit with y'all, man. Let that sit with y'all. So true. I experienced 4 years of struggle with money, even have the necessary Tony. I don't know what that means. Now I'm better, but I don't get attached to it. But I try to really focus on what I believe in prosperity and abundance. Right. Because the money's gonna come, bro. The money's gonna come. And I know like Zero, you know what I'm saying, you live in a different country, so the financial abundance of all of that shit out there may not be as more abundant as it is in America. But as you see, you'll always have enough to survive. You know, well, and that's the wrong word to use, but you'll always have enough to get through. Same thing here. And we can get better with money. See, our relationship with money is this attachment to it. So we try to hold on to it and not let it go. Speaking of that, I gotta pay my water bill today. So when I get off, I gotta pay that water bill. But it's gotta go. That's not what it's there for. Money is not there. That's why I say like get $5 million in cash. When you get it, just sit in the house with it and don't do shit. Don't do shit. You know it's not gonna make you happy. What's gonna make you happy is what you can spend it on and buy and get experiences with. That's what it's there for. That's why they created it. Even though that's a whole nother ball game, how they tricking us with that. But nonetheless, use the shit. Don't be attached to the shit. Don't abuse the shit. Don't abuse people with it. Don't hold I got the money over somebody's head. And that's what I'm saying. That's what normally happens when women chase for or are looking for a man that got money. They're gonna use and abuse that one because they got the money. Shut up and do what the fuck I say because I got the money. Or when women get it, shut the fuck up. I don't gotta listen to what the fuck you saying, nigga. I got money. Same cycle. Nobody's better than nobody. When you thinking it's liberation, the culture has fooled the man and the woman. You thinking that it's fucking liberation, but it's the same fucking cycle. Nobody wins. Nobody wins. That's my 32-minute observational rant. So hey, hopefully y'all like this. Share this with your neighbor. Share this with your coaches, whatever. Share this with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, man. I got money. I got money. No obstacles will apprehend you. Prosper over motherfucking pain. Stand on motherfucking principle.